The next topic in quality project management is capability maturity model integration. It's a process level improvement training and appraisal program. It was developed in Carnegie Mellon University, and they claim CMMI can be used to guide process improvement across a project, a division, or an entire organization. So CMMI defines maturity levels for process like initial, managed, defined, quantitatively managed, and optimizing. The version 2 of CMMI was published in 2018 and version 1.3 in 2010. CMMI was developed by the CMMI project, which aims to improve the usability of maturity models by integrating many different models into one framework. The project consists of members of industry, government, and the Carnegie Mellon Software Engineering Institute. So over 10,000 organizations from more than 100 countries all over the world using the CMMI, and it will help you identify and achieve the measurable business goals. So CMMI, even though it is capability maturity model integration, we can tell that it's a constant money-making initiative. The capability maturity model integrations helps the organizations streamline process improvement, encouraging a productive, efficient culture, and that decreases the risk in software's product and service development. So it can be used to guide process improvements across a project, division, or an entire organization, helps to integrate traditionally separate organizational functions, provide guidelines for quality process, and provide a point of reference for appraising current processes. The purpose of the CMMI model is to assess the maturity of an organization's processes and to provide guidance on improving process with a goal of improved products. So this is the history of CMMI. In 1987, they started the first CMM, capability maturity model. And in 91, they introduced the CMM version 1, 93 CMM version 1.1, and 95 actually the major development like software acquisition, system engineering, integrated product development, organizational workforce capability development, that is called people CM. And in 97, they introduced CMMI, and in 2000, the version 1, and 2002, the version 1.1 published. The CMMI models with the framework. The purpose of CMMI is to assess the maturity of an organization's process and to provide guidelines to improve process with a goal of improved product. And CMMI is a model for risk management and provide a way to measure an organization's ability to manage risk. The models are system engineering and software engineering, system engineering, software engineering, and integrated product and process development, system engineering, software engineering, integrated product and process development, plus supplier sourcing, and finally, software engineering only. So there are two representations for CMMI. One is stacked representation, and second one is continuous representation. So these are all the continuous representation and stacked representation. So continuous representation for a single process area or a set of process areas, whereas that of stacked for an established set of process areas across the organization. While continuous representation improves the capability of specific processes within the organization, the stacked representation matures the organization as a whole. It is a proven path that an organization can adapt in order to incrementally improve itself. The stacked representation is an approach used in the software CMM. It is an approach that uses predefined set of process areas to define an improvement path for an organization. This improvement path is described by a model component called the maturity model. So what is stacked representation? The stacked representation has been designed after collecting data from various organizations, and it has demonstrated return on investments. The best thing about stacked representation is that it provides the organization with a sort of map which can guide them through process improvement. So it uses a predefined set of process areas to define the improvement path, provide a sequence of improvements. An improved path is defined by the maturity level, and maturity level describes the maturity of the process in organization. Whereas that of the continuous representation used by organizations that want to improve aspects of organization that are most critical to their business needs. So allows selection of specific process areas, uses capability levels that measures improvement of an individual process area. Another thing is that the continuous representation allows you to do is that it allows you to mature different process within the thread of different rates. So if your organizations are releasing baggy software, you may think that you want to improve only upon process and project quality assurance, verifications and validation process areas. So the CMMI level, starting with the initial level. So for both, we can tell it has, okay, let me see whether we have, okay. So it has both for maturity level as well as for capability level. So the capability level 0, that is incomplete, which is not been there. Inconsistent performance and an incomplete approach to meeting the intent of the practical area. Capability level 1, that is initial, the phase where organizations start to address performance issues. Capability level 2, managed, the progress is starting to show and there is a full set of practices in place. And capability level 3, defined. So capability up to defined, there is a focus on achieving projects and organizational performance objectives. And whereas that of in maturity level 0, that is incomplete. At this stage, work may or may not get completed. Maturity level 1, initial, process are viewed as unpredictable and reactive. Maturity level 2, managed, there is a level of project management achieved. Projects are planned, performed, measured, and controlled. Maturity level 3, that is defined. The organizations are more proactive than reactive. There is a set of organization-wide standards to provide guidelines across projects, programs, and portfolios. Maturity level 4, quantitatively managed. This stage is more measured and controlled. The organization is working off quantitative data to determine predictable process that align with the stakeholder needs. And the fifth one, that is optimizing. So the organization's processes are stable in this level and flexible. This is the final stage. And in this final stage, the organization will be in constant state of improving and responding to changing or other opportunities. The organization is stable, which allows for more agility and innovation in a predictable environment. Then comes the CMMI benefits. It helps the organization streamline process improvements, encouraging a productive, efficient culture that decreases risk in software, product, and service development. So the benefits like improved budget and schedule predictability, improved cycle time, increased productivity, improved quality, increased customer satisfaction, and increased return on investment. So the companies or the organizations using CMMI are Nokia, Samsung, BMW, Motorola, NASA, IBM Service, Polaris, Hitachi, Bank of America, etc. Then CMMI process areas. So the CMMI for development version 1.2 contains around 22 process areas indicating the aspects of product and service development that are to be covered by organizational process. It defines a process area as a cluster of related practices in an area that, when implemented collectively, satisfies a set of goals considered important for making improvement in that area. Process areas were known as defined requirement, grouped into 4 general categories like process management, project management, engineering, and support. So in process management, the areas are organizational process focus, organizational process definition, organizational training, organizational process performance, organizational innovation and development, deployment. Then in project management, project planning, project monitoring and control, supplier agreement management, integrated project management, risk management, and quantitative project management. Then comes COBIT. It's an IT governance framework for businesses wanting to implement, monitor, and improve IT management best practices. It's an acronym. COBIT is an acronym for Control Objective for Information and Related Technologies. So the COBIT comprises of 4 domains, 34 process, and 318 control objectives. So here, these are all the COBIT domains and process. Plan and organize, PO. It has 10, that is PO1, define a strategic plan, define the information architecture, determine technological direction, define the IT process, organization and relationships, manage the IT investments, communicate and manage aims and direction, manage IT human resource, manage quality, assess and manage IT risk, and manage projects. Acquire and implement, it has 7 process. Deliver and support have 13 process. Monitor and evaluate has 4 process. So the COBIT information measurement criteria. The business requirement information criteria includes metrics like integrity, effectiveness, availability, efficiency, compliance, confidentiality, and reliability. IT resources including infrastructure, application, information, and people, and IT process divided into domain process. Effectiveness deals with information being relevant. Efficiency concerned with the provision of the information through the optimal use of resources. Confidentiality concerned with the protection of sensitive information. Integrity related to the accuracy and completeness of information. Availability, information being available when and where it is required. Compliance means dealing with the laws, regulations, and contractual arrangements. And reliability means relate to the provision of appropriate information for the workforce. The current situation. The CMMI purpose is to assess the maturity of the organization's process and to provide guidance on improving process with a goal of improved products. Also, it's a model of risk management and provides a way to measure an organization's ability to manage the risk. The ability to manage risk factors into an organization's ability to deliver high delivery products. So many organizations have implemented CMMI and have developed the process and standards to support the framework. With the later arrival of organizational project management maturity model, that is OPM3, many organizations are trying to establish where it fits and whether and how a software engineering maturity model works in conjunction with a project management maturity model. And the COBIT's principles, meeting the stakeholders' needs. So stakeholder needs are always a priority for organizations because they can only succeed when all stakeholder needs are met. Second one is enterprise-wide coverage. When COBIT 5 is implemented, it affects more than just the IT department of the organization. So it can be applied to the entire enterprise as it should be to maximize its value to companies. Third one, creating an integrated framework. COBIT is an integrated framework that includes all the company's teams, employees, and departments. It combines the organization's needs and process with the IT management and to govern of the company. Fourth one is creating a holistic approach to organizational efficiency. COVID 5 is for more than just the IT department in the company. It can be used to increase the overall efficiency of the organization. The framework provides an integrated and holistic approach to improving operational process to maximize efficiency. The team members can focus on being more productive and generate more valuable output for their customers. And separating governance from managing and including an IT, the responsibility of governance of all applications and systems should shift from the management teams of management teams to IT operations. This is because they are the ones best equipped to manage governance. If the IT governance and enterprise governance are combined with the help of COVID 5, and the entire process becomes a lot more straightforward and simplified.